Hey there, folks. How you doing today? It's your friend Phil here, project management trainer and coach. I hope you've had a great week so far. One of the things that I've noticed about my week is as soon as it gets close to Friday, Saturday, I start getting a lot of emails from students all around the world telling me about their exam experiences for that week. I get a lot of emails from students who have not been as successful as they wanted to be on the exam. In other words, they failed the exam. And I've been seeing a recurring theme over the past few months of students that I don't know, not had anything to do with, sending me emails saying, Phil, I failed the exam, what should I do? Now, I believe that the noise levels are getting a little bit higher than normal because as the PMBOK guide is about to change, people begin to go into panic mode. Everyone starts trying to take the exam without thorough preparation. And as a result, people flunk the exam. Even beyond flunking the exam because people didn't study enough, I've found out that the more people are taking the exam, the more people are likely to pass the exam in terms of number. If you've got 100,000 people taking an exam and let's say 75% passed, then 75,000 should pass. But if you've got 1 million people taking an exam and 75% pass, and of course you've got 750,000. Now, those are not the real numbers for the PMP exam. It's more like 3,000 thereabouts to 4,000 a month take the exam. But when it peaks, when the PMBOK guide is about to change, you actually find up to 7,000 people trying to take the PMP exam, in any given month. And I guess it's even going to be higher going into the 6th edition. So more people are taking it and more people are passing it, but also more people are failing it, if that makes sense. So I would like to address why people fail this exam. Beyond the normal stuff that I talk about, there's so many videos I've done on this channel as to why people fail the exam. But one of the reasons that I have not addressed about why people fail the exam is the course that they went to. Now, let's be honest, that people went to, because it sounds like we are criticizing training companies. But it does need to be addressed. There are a lot of firms, folks, training the PMP exam content, and they really shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't even be a training company. Because when you talk about training and investing in people through training, these companies have no idea. I mean, you put out a course and you don't even have a solid curriculum. You don't even have a step-by-step, this is what you should do first, this is what you should do next, And the bad thing is a lot of people in a bid to get certified are going for these courses, wasting money. Some poor students spend thousands of dollars, basically giving money away to these companies. Why do you do things like that? I just don't understand. And a lot of these firms, they don't even have tests or quizzes to test you on each chapter to make sure you truly understand what they supposedly are teaching. That is definitely a huge red flag. The sad thing is a lot of people have no clue. They just know PMP exams out there, I need to get training, oh, there's a company, and they go. So folks, before you spend money, in any training, you really want to make sure, first of all, know the trainer. Don't go for a course where you've got no idea who the trainer is. You've got no idea of their training credentials. I mean, who have they trained? Who have they coached? How many people have passed the exam on their watch? That's what I would ask. Don't just sign up for training because you feel the company has a big name. Look into the trainer, folks. The trainer makes a huge difference. You also want to look into the curriculum. The curriculum makes a huge difference. Do they cater to your learning style? Do they cater to your learning language? A lot of people just do death by PowerPoint. They just show PowerPoints all day long and there's hardly any interaction. And when the poor students ask questions, they're shut down like they're making noise. They're just told to hold it till the break, or, given some lame excuse. Or you ask the trainer for real world examples, and there are no real world examples forthcoming. They cannot relate it back to your industry, to what you do. That's a huge, huge reason why people cannot grasp the PMBOK guide and they cannot pass the exam, because it's not real to them. It's the job of any trainer to make the PMP exam content real. And a lot of people, they can't make it real. The reason why they can't make it real is because they've not lived the life. They've not been there, done that. They've not worked as project managers. Or, I'm sorry to say, a lot of people lie on their resume. They lie that they've worked as project managers. We even see it, people trying to take the exam. They say, oh, how do I get into project management? Are you kidding me? You got certified last week as a PMP, and here you are asking me how to get into project management? Are you kidding? How on earth did you get signed up for the exam if you haven't been a project manager, you see? So you want to be really careful about the trainers that train you. You want to be really careful about the curriculum. Today alone, I've received probably 4 emails about people telling me, Phil, I spent money on going for a course, but the course was no good. Or I spent money going for training and I failed. Yesterday there was a student who went to a reputable university in the USA for training and failed the exam. So folks, don't just give away your money without asking, who's the trainer? Can I see the curriculum? Do you cater to my learning style? Okay, yeah, I learn in the classroom, but I'm predominantly an auditory learner. Do you have any materials for me to learn in an auditory fashion? Or I'm a visual learner. I need video. I need books. I need graphics. I need data flows. Do you have any of those? And if you ask these questions and these are not forthcoming, folks, you really might be wasting your time going for courses with those companies, because your learning style is very important. There's some people who can learn from tables. I had a student, Ben, who had failed the exam using various materials from other companies. He had failed it twice, and he heard about Praizion from Amazon. So he bought our flashcards and started using them, and I discovered he was actually in Arizona. I'm like, why don't you come to our office and let me give you a quick brush up. I felt bad he had failed the exam. Gave him a quick brush up and said, why don't you take our mock exams? He ended up taking our mock exams, and he got, I think, below a 60. I said, Ben, there's no way you can take this exam. Don't take the PMP exam now. I suggest that you top up your knowledge and you do this. And by the way, here's a table we call the ITTO tool. Go through this tool, know all of your input, tools and techniques and outputs, know the definitions, and know the key ones. Anyway, long story short, Ben spent 4 days going through this content from Monday to Friday. He said he was ready to take the exam on Saturday. Meanwhile, he had received below proficients in 4 areas on his previous try. When he took the exam that Saturday, he got 4 proficients. Why? He found a training aid that catered to his learning style. He said he couldn't have done it without this training aid, because that's all he did all week, focusing on tools, techniques, inputs, outputs, and relationships. And it had a filter for him to filter and see all the places the project chart is an input, all the places that the scope statement was an input, that kind of thing, folks. So if you are in a course that does not have materials that cater to your learning style, I would highly suggest, really, really highly suggest, that you don't go ahead until you find something that really hits the mark with you. Okay? Now, apart from all of that, you really want to ask the question, will you guys hold me accountable? I know people say it's your job as a student to hold yourself accountable, but no, some people just need help. Some people need an extra nudge. Do you know how many people have gotten certified on my watch by me giving them an extra nudge for them to go the extra mile? So if you don't have a trainer or coach that does that, you may not be getting what you need. The long story short, folks, make sure you're getting what you need before you throw away thousands of dollars. I would also highly recommend that you vet any training company. You might want to ask for references. Okay, you said you've done this, you said you've done that, but do you have someone who can validate and verify that indeed, you're a great training company? The same way people ask for job references, you're employing this company. Did it ever occur to you that it's like an employment? You're really employing them. You're giving them your money. Some firms charge upwards of 2K, 3K per head. So you're employing them. It makes sense for you to ask questions. It makes sense for you to vet and validate. Please don't throw your money away to these firms without making sure that indeed they can really deliver the goods. Okay? So, talking about training that we provide training online. If you go to pmsucceed.com, check out the online course, there's samples there. And if you go to praizion.com, that's praizion.com, you can check out the various training options that are there. But we're not just interested in people buying our training materials and so on. We really want you to succeed. And for that reason, there is a free 8-hour course. Now, things that are free are often looked at as, oh, it's free, so it can't be any good. Don't be deceived. We've got a really phenomenal free 8-hour course on YouTube. In fact, if you go to YouTube and type in 40 days to PMP exam success, it will come up with a playlist of videos, and they're all free. But you have to put in the time and the effort to watch the videos and do what I'm telling you to do. But it's totally free. And a lot of people since 2011 have been getting certified using this solution. So I highly advise it. Okay? Before you spend money, folks, before you fork out hundreds and thousands of dollars, I would like you to go to pmsucceed.com. Training starts at just $75. $75. That's, you really want to do a 35 contact hour course. You want to get a certificate of completion. You want to get the contact hours. It starts at $75. Okay, so it's a very, very low risk course. One of the other good things about it is, one of the main trainers. You see me on YouTube, you see me on Facebook. This is what I do. I like people succeeding on the PMP exam, and I like them taking their careers to the next level, just like me. A lot of people don't know that before I started training, I actually worked extensively as a project manager and as a program manager for many Fortune 500 companies here in the US, also in the UK. And what really made my career turn around and begin an upward trajectory was taking and passing the PMP exam. When I took the PMP exam, little did I know that I would end up training it in this capacity one day. But I ended up working for various firms, actually practicing a lot of the tools and techniques that had been talked about throughout my PMP exam study. For example, I had been a project manager, never used earned value, never used EVM, but I found myself using EVM after getting certified in firms. Lots of other bits and pieces I had never heard about that I encountered on the PMP exam, and as I studied, I ended up using. There's vanilla flavored project management, pretty much leading a project without an idea of tools and techniques. And a lot of people do that in firms. They've got no idea about what a charter is or what a statement of work is, and they're getting the project across the finish line. And I was pretty much more in that category, from academia, until I discovered the PMBOK guide, the world of the PMI. It really changed my life. So I've been there, done that as a project manager, and now I train it. I train this stuff so I know what it means to manage projects. But anyway, I hope this gives you some insight as to how not to throw your money away, how to wisely invest your money towards your PMP exam success. Remember, the PMBOK Guide 6th edition in September. It is coming out, but the exam is not changing. In 2018, the exam will change, and you definitely want to be ready, folks. Okay? That's my little word for you for today. Get motivated, get inspired, get certified on the 5th edition. Don't wait for the 6th. And if you need training or coaching, go to pmsucceed.com. That's pmsucceed.com. Okay, I wish you all the best. Have a great rest of the week and talk to you soon.